We go. I do believe we are live right now. So I'll say indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me again on another conscious evolution. Another opportunity for us to consider all we are. I had a conversation today with one of my yoga students. I'm fighting whether or not I should say her name. We'll say one of my yoga students. And we talked a little bit about her journey, about the person she spent her life becoming, about the story that she's experienced most recently, going through her own life. And one of the things that really started almost like coming through to me as a universal lesson, as an important thing to reestablish our attention on, is the fact that every single one of us are not only this body, this thing, this fleshy thing, but we are also the memories that this fleshy thing carries alongside it. We are also the scars that this fleshy thing has, occurred, taken on in this journey of life that we're on. Just give me a second. Sounds good. I had to check if the audio was fine. Seems kind of stable. I'm. I was gonna say I'm happy, and then it instantly glitches. I'm happy. I'm happy. This is fine. Glitching and stuff. Okay. Did go through this whole rodeo yesterday, so I don't really feel like going through it again. It has to be fine. You don't have a choice. You are fine. In fact, stream, no glitchies here. So back to what I was trying to say. Back to talking about this collection of things that we are. It is, at least for me, personally, very easy to get caught up in body image stuff, right? I am aware of the fact that I am a person. I am aware of the fact that I look a certain way. I'm aware of the fact that I have hair, that I have to dress myself in clothing to be presentable to the world. But in that approach, in that process of trying to get this thing that you see to look a certain way, I might not see myself, or at least I might not see the fullness that the self is in the way that it actually is, right? All of the parts of self that is contained within this flesh that is unseeable. And I want to talk about that today. I want to talk about the part of you that is everything, the part of you that is all. Ooh, I like that color combination. Yeah, I haven't worn the pink scarf in a while now. Thank you, Sam. I'm happy that you like it too. Do we have a Twitch friend here? What are the odds? Hey, Twitch friend. Are you Jovan? Or are you someone new? Have we seen you here before? I'm gonna carefully put down my honeycomb. I have been doing a little bit of a number on it, I won't lie. There is less left than there was when I purchased it. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? This being a consumer and stuff, like who thought that was a good idea? I keep eating things, and the things I keep eating keeps disappearing from existence. Bruh. Stop, please. Please stop things. I want to eat you and have you too. Is that where the whole have your cake and eat it too comes from? Does make sense though. I get it. I get why people want that. I'm gonna get myself a few what looks like grains of sand. I don't know if that's too many grains of sand, but that's the appropriate amount of grains of sand, I guess. It is the 16th. I got this the 26th of November, I believe. I do want to have some of it left by the time it's you. Nice. Nice having you here too, Xiao. But I had a suspicion that it might be you, right? My mind being like, surely there's no other Twitch person that's going to go through the effort of tuning in other than Jovan. And then I call it out. Good morning, Sam. Good morning, Mal. Good morning, Joe. It is nice having you here. I am putting a little bit of something over top of my pieces of honeycomb. These pieces of honeycomb literally evaporate. Like they turn. So if you put hash in the Dynavap, it basically just makes like little briquettes, makes like little small bricks, small little rocks out of that hash in your Dynavap. The honeycomb evaporates, right? And it evaporates in a way where it almost makes the bud not burn. So you can hit this thing like 4 times in a row, get vapor 4 times in a row, and the bud might still look green comparatively, right? All I want, I want to eat you and have you too. Me, while my freezer weeps under the weight of soup and bacon, is being forced to store. Goodness. I I don't know if I should say this. I am fasting again right now. I decided that I was gonna try eat nothing a little bit. I weigh more than I want to. I weigh 82 kilograms right now. How much mass is that? Let me see. I weigh 180 pounds. And my ideal weight is closer to like 176, 174-ish. Right? 180 is not bad, but it is a bit too much, like a little bit on the running it heavy. What's it? Running it lean is when it's too little, right? Running it heavy? Running it fat? I don't think so. Hey, LAS, you're with us as well. Bless your friends. So I wanna maybe like for I've been doing all day. Maybe I'll do all day tomorrow again. And then I'll start thinking about eating. And I want to, when I do start eating again, actually start consuming a little bit more whole foods. I think that's in part why I gained 4 pounds again, because I was not eating appropriately for a while there. And it's not like I was eating inappropriately necessarily. It's just like I was eating too much of things, right? I had like that sense of I've not gotten up to do something in like 20 minutes. I'm gonna go get up and get something to eat. And when I do fasts, I have to like catch myself, because I'll get up to go and get something to eat, and then I go, no, we're not doing that right now. We're actually not doing that right now. And then I'll be like, yeah, I remember. And then I'll work and I'll do things, and then I'll get up to get something to eat, and I'm like, actually, we're still not actually doing that. Stupid thyroid disease. You want to tell us? You want to tell us what challenges you've been facing, dear friend? Can't imagine it's easy, but we're here with you. Good morning, LA. How's you feeling? Thank you for asking, Shao. I'm wanting to fast after these antibiotics are through. Kind of like a reset to my microgut biome after it's been atom bombed. Probiotics, here I come. It's true. It's true. Antibiotics is like the atom bomb equivalent to your microbiome. It's just like, hey, Kiefer. It's nice seeing you here, friend. Like, Kiefer is relatively new, right? I think you're relatively new, right? At least you recently joined us again on the streams. He's saying, I've been thinking about fasting, but more for a spiritual practice. I want to appreciate food more and eat better. Agreed. And for me to lose some weight will be a plus, though, if it happens. Have you done a fast before, Kiefer? maybe that's a good way or a good place to start. If you haven't ever done a fast, then I would highly recommend it. I am. I am half done. Where is Sun King? Sun King hasn't shown in a while. It's true, Sam. Thanks for having me. It's super nice having you, dear friend. I've been holding on to this Dynavap because I know it has honeycomb in it, so I'm kind of intimidated by it. I have not. Okay, great. Yeah, in that case, doing like 2 days, I think you'll get, like, I feel spiritual reasons. You should do it like I want to feel what this experience is like. In the same way, you can, partake of cannabis, for example. Be like, I want to partake of fasting. I want to feel what this experience is like, right? And then give yourself that experience. Uh, I'm saying that purely from the perspective of not being hard on yourself, right? When you approach fasting from a perspective of experience instead of purely spirituality, it's a little bit less, I'm trying to use the right words, psychically loaded, right? If I, for example, decide, I'm a spiritual being and I'm going to fast for a spiritual reason because I want to get more in tune with the divine or something like that. And all of those things are possible in fasting as well, I'll admit. Then, in this pursuit, if I fail my fast or if I, you know, get only certain amount of days in and then I eat something, it will make me directly relate my failure to my own spiritual journey. Right? I'll be like, oh, I wanted to fast, but I'm not spiritually strong enough or whatever. However, when I started like applying it as an experience thing, it's like I want to see what I am capable of. I want to see what my body can do. I want to see what my experience will be like if I fast for 1 day, if I fast for 2 days, if I fast for 3 days. And then it almost becomes an experiment, right? Like you get to be the person in the lab, this being the lab, you being the person in it, and you get to experiment and see for yourself. I'm thinking of doing something short, like 1 to 3 days. That's good. The first 2 days are usually the hardest for me personally. And then around day 3, it becomes a little bit easier. And then day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7 can become significantly easier. But the first few days are the hardest ones. The first few days are also ones that you have to overcome psychologically, right? Like for me, I'm not even that hungry right now, relatively speaking. But it's the act. It's like I'm used to doing this thing. I'm used to getting up and getting myself something to eat, right? And I feel, weirdly enough, for me personally, it's not even the eating that's that big of a problem, but it's like beverages, right? Making yourself a coffee or making yourself a tea is also calories, right? So it would break your fast. So breaking those kind of cycles, could be difficult as well. But we're here for you, Kiefer. We'll support you, we'll encourage you, we'll celebrate with you, no matter how far you get in your journey. It is a worthy experience, right? I want to preface that. It's a worthy experience to have. If you do a fast, and like do so mindfully, do your own research, electrolytes and doctor visits and potential blood sugar, etc., right? But if you know that you will be okay if you fast, if you have enough body fat, for example, it is a worthy experience. There are a lot of spiritual practices that prescribe fasting. The common thread seems to be metabolic reset paired with increased internal focus. Agreed. This is what I think it does help with, Sam. The metabolic reset definitely is a big thing, but I think the increased internal focus, right? When you're in the process of eating food, let's not even say in the process of eating food, let's say when you're in your default mode network, right? When you're in that version of you that does things in a certain way, like, oh, I wake up and then I go to the kitchen and then I'm in the kitchen and then I open fridge door and then I look inside fridge door for something to eat and then I maybe get something to eat, or maybe I close fridge door, maybe I walk over to my space where my kettle or my coffee maker is and I make myself a coffee, right? Like that I feel is the hardest part. And that in that way gives you more time to focus on other things, focus internally, focus on your own experience instead of just focusing on these things that you get done because that's what you do. That's what I was thinking. It really is, right? So it's more the breaking of patterns, right? That is what fasting is in a very real way. It's like you're breaking patterns, right? And breaking patterns is a good thing because it allows you to form new ones, right? We are neuroplastic. Our brains can rewire themselves. Kiefer, I think that's a good place to start. It's mega possible that keto can kick in. So fair warning, the first time I did it, I got the keto flu for a night. Yeah, you're getting like sniffles. I think there's a reason even for the keto flu. Hey Google, tell me why people get the keto flu when they do fasts. This is for informational purposes. I know. It's an electrolyte imbalance apparently. Yeah. I think that's the one I've heard the most. But some people say it's like carb withdrawal or digestive changes, but for me, realistically, it makes the most sense that it's a electrolyte thing. Because you're literally like juicing all of the sugar inside your muscles and inside your liver. Impact on kidney function. Yeah, make sure you get your electrolytes. Drink water. Yeah. Oh, also, what's the honeycomb in your Dynavap? It is a White Widow. White Widow and HC for honeycomb. I don't know if I should be showing you this stuff. It's sand, right? This is a little jar of sand that I have. Look at this little jar of sand. I love sand. Not like popular modern TV movie. Star Wars. I actually do like sand. Maybe I did something wrong. Oh man, I got more than sniffles. I actually got fever and nausea. I mean, it could be a matter of your body adjusting, right? Like for me, I think I had flu-like symptoms the first few times, but since I had those flu-like symptoms, my body now knows that when I go for extended periods of time without calories, it's supposed to eat fat. That's what it does, right? It switches over to eating fat, and I just kind of continue on. Do you need a special chamber for that? Nope. I have some budsicles, and then I put this little blanket layer, and then I put some of those little sand grains, and then I put a little bit of budsicle on top again, and it just evaporates. Literally, like after cleaning the bowl out, you won't see any of that stuff left. It will disappear. Well, it's not going to disappear. It's going to become vapor. I've had the keto flu before, so yeah, I've had some experience. In that way, it might help even if you've had it before. Coffee and tea is quite all right, as long as there's no milk or sugar, right? This is true. Yeah, you can drink coffee and teas, just no calories. All right, without further ado, I'm going to add heat to this system and we can see just how much vapor we'll get. I wonder if this will be the best spot for it. Click, click. You can't see much vapor, but I can. This one just tastes very lemony. It is White Widow. I don't know if White Widow is known for lemonine terpenes, but tastes like lemon meringue. Oh goodness. Click. Yeah. And there's probably still like 2 more cycles left in there. We call it a sandwich around these parts. We saw a touch. Yeah, this is definitely a big sandwich that I packed myself for lunch. All right, that was cycle 3. This will be cycle 4, and then we should be done. We're gonna leave this one for a smidge longer, for like 1 split second. Like it's gonna click, click, and then I love how your lunch coincides with my breakfast. It's a great way to wake up. I'm super happy to hear this too, Kiefer. It's technically a little bit after lunch for me. It's like 4:25 p.m. right now. And there we go. If you are curious what this looks like afterwards, there it be. And you will not see any of those little PCs in there anymore. And I imagine scraping it up again will have me vape my own oils. And that seems sacrilegious, so I refuse. How about no? How about I won't do that? All right. Coming back to everything that we are. Everything that we are. So much of what I have become the last 4 years of my life. All right. In that way, a growing percentage of my existence has been spent creating online here with you friends. Every single bit of food I've eaten has built this body. And in that same way, every conversation I've had with you friends have built my mind. Again, bringing it back to today's stream topic of seeing ourselves not just as these physical things and seeing faceted beings. I see a bug slowly walking into the house and I don't recognize it from afar, so I want to see it up close. What kind of bug you be? Oh, I think they're called weevils. I think this is a weevil type bug. I still don't think I have the capacity to switch my camera with this app, but weevil type bug. Pippi is like, weevil type bugs, interesting. They usually like tighten up. Me holding. It's a pretty big looking bug actually. He has like some messed up looking face, bro. Like so cursed looking. I should give you some good lighting. Look at that dude. This is some people's nightmare. I'm not scared of bug. And there's a kitty too. Hello, kitty. You scared of bugs? You're being a little bit hard-footed. I'll put you there, Mr. Weevil, sir. He's pretending to die. He's not die, puppy. He's pretending. I will step on you. You're not pregnant, are you? You better not be pregnant. Cannot afford to have more pregnant catters. All right, we go sit down again. Hey. Now that's an African weevil if I've ever seen one. Ours are significantly smaller, at least the ones that I've seen. That one is pretty big, but I feel that's about the average size weevil that I've been seeing here in South Africa. At least it seems pretty normal to me. I'm happy to see you commenting on that side. Look at that dorky bug. It's weevil tap. Yeah. It does look pretty dorky. I think the thing that's most dorky about them to me is that they have a fluffy appearance. They seem kind of like they would be soft, but in touching them, they have exoskeletons, still just as tough as any other rigid body bug that you would expect. I can feel like a collective, we don't know what bugs feel like, man. I'm not weird. I'm just not, I'm not averse, I guess. Or at least I think I am. But when I feel aversity arise in me, I see it as uh, something to overcome. Right? Because I still have that natural instinct. Same with snakes, right? I love snakes too. I still have the natural instinct of don't touch that thing, right? I don't know if it's natural instinct. Technically, babies aren't scared of snakes. Did you know that? I want to overcome that sense. Same with spiders. I used to have a massive tarantula as well. Well, it was technically a beyond spinnacle. Hey Google, show me a baboon spider.
Here's an image of a baboon.
Yeah, it was one of these. Oh man, these photos are bad. Disappoint. Man, I really dislike Google's implementation of this tool. It's trash. It's really bad. It's so bad it makes me angry. Right. So bad it makes me want to throw my devices against the ground, Lonely Island style. You would think, right? You would think that Google would allow you to use their platform when you ask questions, right? So I just asked, show me a picture of a baboon spider. So it then opened the language model and then opened the Wikipedia page photograph onto my language model window. Image of that baboon spider. That's the only image I had available. And there was no way for me to use that query of show me baboon spider to just open Google and see what Google would have given me, right? Like images. No. No, I had to go into Google myself and type in baboon spider with my little meat sticks. I feel like this is like woe is me. But I feel in the future people will be like, wow, they really did not have things figured out. I think this is no, of course the first photo I click doesn't work. Bruh, what do you mean? Your internet access is blocked. Can you not? Bruh. Oh yes, Google. How about this Google we're having? Google better figure some things out, bro. Google itself as a platform doesn't seem long for this world. I mean, they are trying really hard with the language model thing as well, AI stuff, but yes, it's such a bad product to use. I'm I feel bad after using it. I think that's the thing. I used to remember a time of my life when using Google was so fun, right? Like I could use Google and I could find things out like that. I would be given the results I needed quickly and efficiently. And now it's just not that anymore. It's childlike of us to have the curiosity to interactive things. As we mature, we learn to observe. It is technically a safer bet. It is technically a safer bet just observing in that way. It's true. I threw it on the ground. Yes. Kiefer knew what I was talking about. Perfect. Isn't the G using the voice results there is on my Pixel phone? I'm sorry. It really is. Google is impatient with me. She interrupts mid question to ask me to finish the question. Like how far is what? Was like, you. Can you give me a second? Yeah, I'm getting there. Yeah, in that way, right? Even though I'm paying for this service, I don't know if I need to necessarily, but ChatGPT, if I could just like language talk, if I could be like, hey, ChatGPT, and then I got ChatGPT instead of Google, that would be the only thing I did right now. The only reason it's not like that is because it's not like that. Right? And I feel like Google knows that. Oh, goodness. There should be a G under the voice results that allow you to go to the Google search, right? Literally, like, and there is even, like, watch, if I go again, watch this, watch this. Hey Google, hey Google, show me a picture of an apple.
Here's a picture of an apple.
Right? You would think that's not a hard request. That's the picture I got. That's the picture I got. And that's the only picture I get. The Wikipedia page picture. And now I can click on the Wikipedia page, but I don't want to freaking see Wikipedia page picture photographs. I want to see all photograph. I want to see all picture of Apple, right? And now there is, look at that. Ooh, conveniently. A nice Google button underneath. Ooh, I guess if I hit that Google button, I will get picture of Apple. And no, I don't. I get the same exact page I just had, but bigger. Still same Wikipedia page of Apple. And now I'll be like, oh, maybe if I press it again. No, just brings you back to the exact same place you are. Like, oh yeah, I'll open and close this bullshit here. And maybe I go search related topics. I'll push this button and I'll say Apple picture, and then it's like this site can't be reached. Fantastic. What a user experience. I feel so considered as a user. Oh, I love using this. Dashes electronics to the ground. That's not my dad, that's a cell phone. Oh my goodness, Google. What have you done, bro? How do you have so many like literally top paid? Like, hey Google, is Google engineers the highest paid engineers in the world? Is Google engine. That's the search result I just got. Whew. I have to take deep long breaths. I don't know if my connection is wacky right now, but it does seem like it like I'm getting disconnectivities and stuff over here. But then sometimes my comments will just populate as well. Okay, I'm gonna put that down. Today's stream topic is about all of the things that make us, right? These things will make us too. We'll think about how bad things used to be and we'll appreciate that they aren't in the future, I'm sure. It's gonna be great. Did you say the same thing? Did we have a I'm an adult and like that's not my dad, that's a phone moment? Oh my goodness, I think so. Google's impatient with me. There should be a G under the voice. My dad's not a phone. I'm not a part of the system. I'm an adult. Yeah, I am an adult and I am not the part of the system. But when I want answers, when I want picture of Apple, I want freaking picture of Apple. Don't give me a singular Wikipedia photo. And I can click on that Wikipedia photo. And like it's not the same way as Google browsing, where you can be like, oh, I'll just go Google query. It doesn't work like that. Why? Because it's bad. It is so very bad. I'm sorry. I love YouTube, but I don't think YouTube is technically a Google product. They bought YouTube later on. I really love YouTube. I do. And I used to very much love the Google platform, but yes, you're making it hard, yo. Why are you making it so hard? Hey, there's a Duck Dad. Duck Dad let me know yesterday that he has officially roped and chopped a tree down, I believe. Hard work but fulfilling. Tell us a little bit more about it if you can, dude. I think maybe you did. Quackster, how you doing? Gemini be acting wild. Gemini tone is talking down to me regularly. It's freaking audacity. Joe, I'm pretty freaking happy. Had my first 2 climbs yesterday. There we go. Ate well all day, and I'm super sore, but in a great way. Getting strong, bro. Tree life, helping create a happy duck. I'm proud of myself. How yous? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling pretty chill. Feeling contented in all that I am and all that I will be, considering all that I've been. Right. Today's stream topic is about not just looking at yourself, because it can be very easy to be harsh as we age, as we get injured, as we etc. etc. Right, on ourselves, and thinking that we lose value as we continue down this path. But you are not just this as a facet of value. You are a plethora of things, and seeing yourself as this plethora of things is a lot more healthy than seeing yourself as just this. I am just this thing. This is all I am and all I will ever be. Nay, nay, not true. So I'm feeling good, bro. Nice to have you here as well, man. If you use Google Assistant, the G talked you to the took you to the search result. I don't know what I'm supposed to read that sentence, but the assistant, the G talked you to the search results is how the comment was sent. Mild confused. You did, in fact, end up working in the pretty weather. True, that is lucky. Joe, we got no actual work done. Our machine was dead in the water for 2 days. I'm way behind, but I got good climbing practice with the downtime. I will tell you that climbing, when you don't have the mechanical skills learned from many, many climbs, you use brute force to get up that tree. Yeah, you don't want to do that. My tricep, forearms, wrist, and thighs are screaming. Still gotta learn that technique. Yeehaw, tree wrangler. Heck yeah, man. Thanks, Kiefer. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Like, you're making me think about even climbing rock faces as well, and like the rock climbing world, people that don't have technique also brute force the walls, in the same way you brute force that tree. I'm glad you're getting practice. That job can be dangerous, absolutely. In rock climbing, I love how me and Joe's minds are like every time. Don't know if it's the same with trees. You kind of want to let the arms dangle and put all of your weight into your feet and finger holds. Jinx again, Mal. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice having these synchronistic moments. Like, yes. Uh, Great minds think alike. Yes, of course. Double embellishment of both of us. Boom. Score. uh, yeah. Yeah. Seeing ourselves as more. Are you seeing yourself as more? Can I tell you something that I Don't know if I've committed to fully yet or not. Uh, maybe I won't. Yeah, maybe I won't. Because it's not a thing yet, right? It's not a thing yet. And maybe if it is a thing, maybe then I'll tell you. I think that's better. But it is related to today's stream topic of how we see ourselves. So many layers to it. It is hard to keep up. Thank you, friends, for keeping up with this moment with me, for being present and here. I'll see you, friends, again for the next one. I'm going to do the horizontal stream next, and then we'll say goodbye. I love you, friends. See you in a moment.